Now, the Los Angeles Gladiators took on the Paris Eternal to kick things off. And if you're looking at the numbers, Paris is now clearly the best team in Europe, without a doubt, over London Spitfire. But where do you guys rank this squad amongst the best teams in the league, Brent? Earlier you said Vancouver was at the tippy top.
Yeah, I honestly think that Paris has taken over that spot. I mean, it was a very close game between LA Gladiators. So like I said earlier in the post-show, every team still looks beatable. But Paris, I've been very impressed. I think that they've got clean, clinical play when it comes to this triple tank, triple support. You need that. It's necessary to realistically make playoffs. I can definitely foresee this team maybe even taking the Stage 1 finals.
Zoe, what did you see from Paris? I know you were pretty high on this squad coming in. You picked them to win, and they definitely pulled it off against the Gladiators.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much the same thing we've already seen in their previous games. There was just a lot of good coordinations with their ultimates. They really worked well together. Finzi really popped off today on his duo, which I'm super happy to see since we haven't seen too much of him last year.
If you look at their 3-3, what's so impressive is just how precise it is. And I'm sold after watching today because the self-destructs come over the top and they explode as Graviton expires so that they can move people out of the way. And it's down to the millisecond. And that's what 3-3 is all about. Do not make mistakes. You can't be half a second late on transcendences. You can't be half a second late on sound barriers. And Paris just seems to have it down like clockwork.
We saw this map come to a draw, and I want to ask you guys about Paris's opponent. What did we think of the Gladiators today? Did they play the way you were expecting them?
No, not at all. I felt like they looked very disconnected from each other. It looked like a bit of a scramble. It didn't look as coordinated as what we previously saw from them. And I do think that they may or may not have a little bit of an issue with their flexibility. Having a Surefrunner on that D.Va, not being able to really switch off to the Sombra because sorry, not D.Va, Zarya, because that doesn't allow him to switch over to Sombra because they wouldn't have another player who's able to pick that hero off.
Hope should be coming in that regard.
Decay!
There's a fellow named Decay.
We'll see you next week, buddy.
One of the things that I was really looking out for, honestly, was this tank matchup. Because early on, we were singing high praises for Raw, but Ben Best absolutely slapped around Raw when it came to the Reinhardt matchup. And it was quite one-sided in that regard.